So this morning I again have been rooting round the boxes of LPs that I have, and I come across this one, and it's no accident that I've chosen this one today, as it's a bit of an anniversary for it. Budgie, never turn your back on a friend, which is very good advice. With the Roger Dean artwork. So yeah, absolutely fantastic record. The only slight downside is the production is a little bit ropey in places, and you kind of notice it. But if you can live with that, which I'm sure most people can, then you have a true classic on your hands. I admit I bought it late 80s, and I admit I bought it because of Metallica, because of the songs that they were covering by Budgie. So I thought, I'm going to have to investigate this. Now, the first time I heard Parents, which is on this, was actually on the radio, and I thought, this is absolutely superb. So I knew there was a copy, a second-hand copy, hanging around my local second-hand record store, and I thought, I'm going to get that. So I did. Wasn't expensive, wasn't really taking much of a chance, because I kind of knew that I would like it. What I didn't know is just how good this record actually is. It's absolutely superb. Now, I think the reason they didn't make it big time was probably because of Burke Shelley's vocal style. It's way up there. It's way up there. And I think the general public kind of would be a little probably put off by that, to be honest with you. So what are Budgie? What do they sound like for those who haven't heard them? They're kind of if you can imagine a cross between Rush and Led Zeppelin, that's Budgie. Right back in the 70s. This album is 50 years old this month. So June 1973 it came out, and now we're in June 2023, which makes 50 years. And it's not an accident that I chose to talk about this today. I admit that, it's not an accident. So what have we got on here? We have obviously Bread Fan, covered by Metallica. That's Bread Fan, not Bread Van, which is what I thought they were saying before I actually read it. So Bread Fan. Then we have Baby Please Don't Go, which is obviously a cover, but it's a superb version. The bass playing on that from Burke Shelley is fantastic. Absolutely superb. We have, who else do we have on the album playing on the record? Tony Burge on guitars, who was basically, them two really are Budgie. And they always seem to change drummers on a reasonably, fairly regular basis. On this one we've got Ray Phillips on drums. So once you get past Baby Please Don't Go, which is, as I say, superb, there's a thing called You Know I'll Always Love You, which is painfully beautiful. It's absolutely superb. I mean, think about what he's actually saying there. Think about what he's actually saying. And his vocal register is a little bit lower on that one. Then we get into You're the Biggest Thing Since Powdered Milk, which is kind of like a heavy blues thing. Maniacal drumming from Mr. Phillips. And that closes out side one. Side two is just as good. I mean, this is a brilliant record. It's perfect. Apart from the production, it's perfect. In the Grip of a Tire Fitter's Hand. I mean, that's just insanely good. It's a little bit similar to You're the Best Thing Since Powdered Milk, but it still has enough difference to be truly original and excellent in its own right. Then, of course, we have Riding My Nightmare, which is, I suppose, the most gentle song on the album. Still superb. Shelley's vocals on that are stunning, if you like that kind of thing, which I do. And I think if you hear it, you will too. It's extreme. His vocals are extreme. It's like asking people to get used to death metal vocals, but at the opposite register. But if you can get used to it, you'll grow to love it. Of course you will. And then of course it closes out with Parents, which is, as I say, truly, truly stunning. If not my favourite Budgie song of all time, then it's pretty much up there. It's absolutely superb. So as I say, yeah, Roger Dean cover. He worked with so many people, including obviously Yes. He's done a great job here. And this is just such a superb record. Have you heard Never Turn Your Back on a Friend by Budgie? Isn't it superb? Isn't it brilliant? I can't find a weak song on it. There's a mellow song, but it doesn't make it weak. So, as it's 50 years old this month, I think you should have a listen. Give it a listen. I think if you like this kind of thing, you're going to love it. Absolutely love it. It's Budgie's third album, which surprised me a little bit. I thought they'd done a few more before that, but clearly they haven't. It didn't impact at all on the charts, obviously. Even in the 70s it was too extreme for the general public, and again I think they didn't make it for many reasons. One was probably they're kind of like a cheaper version of Led Zeppelin. They're from Wales, which is no bad thing, but back then it was probably seen as a disadvantage. Who do these Welsh Led Zeppelin copyists think they are? You know, maybe there was a bit of that going on. Or maybe they just, MCA just didn't support them well enough, or didn't really know what to do with them. Because this is an uncompromising band who clearly were not going to change their sound for anybody. And they didn't. As the future went, they didn't. They still made great records like this. Powerful, heavy blues rock records. So, once again, that's Budgie, Never Turn Your Back on a Friend, from 1973.